맑고 깨끗하게 피어나라고 겨울을 이겨낸 봄꽃이 내게 말했다. 맑고 깨끗한 칠성사이다.
짬뽕이네. 와, 맛있는 거. 근데 어디서 시킨 거요? 그거 시킨 거 아닌데. 어떻게 볶음 진짬뽕인데? 어떻게 볶음 진짬뽕? 볶음 뜬 짬뽕, 볶음 뜬 짬뽕.
와, 정말로 화끈하네.
볶음 진짬뽕 외에는 절대 현혹되지 마소.
거의 뭐 신개념 리액션 아닙니까? 변신! 아닌데 야 팔이 이렇게 고정되어 있잖아 이거. 아하! 그래! 이게 어플 되는 게 스노우앱만 가능해요. 이거 히트 치겠다. 여기가 바로 나의 주제. 온다. 야!
오늘은 바베큐 장난 아니야. 항정살, 오겹살, 야, 어머 웬열. 진짜 맛있어요. 오겹살, 항정살, 쌈장 딱 해가지고 웬만하면 참으려고 했는데 메타그린이랑 같이 있으니까 먹어도 됩니다. 밥이다. 오늘의 주인공 하루치는 세정 메타그린과 함께 다음 주에 붓기 싹 빠진 저희 모습도 기대해 주시고요. 안녕.
거의 게임 마스터. 무슨 게임을 하더라도 뭐 기본 이상.
네.
지금 그걸 연습할 때가 아닙니다. 그렇습니다. 이렇게 하는 거예요. 이겼나?
이겼나 이거?
추가 시간. 좋아. 자리야 킬. 나이스.
드디어!
소나님이랑 닮았다는 소리는 좀 듣는데 LW팀 소개합니다. 저를 키우는 게 보통이 아니거든요. 파이팅! 나이스! 공 한번 쓰죠.
한 명 죽였어요.
나이스!
와! 이겼어. 야! 어디?
개인 방송에서도 할 의향이 있어요.
방패 정도는
우리 범 선수에 다시 한번 박수 치면서
저 박수를 한번.
이거 팀장 미팅이냐? 이게 뭐라고 이렇게 긴장이 되죠? 느낌 왔어! 자, 들어가자. 지금이야! 마무리야!
오버워치
파이팅!
우리 올리브영에서 드디어 루이조를 변화시키기 위해 우리 아프리카와 함께 루이조 변화시키기 대장정이 들어갔어요. 이게 스타일 옴브 제품입니다. 피부 맑아지는 것 같은데? 와, 이런 게 올리브영 클래스구나. 러마띠. 와우! 영국 스타일. 겁내 멋있네. 나가면 번호 따일 것 같은데? 여기서 마무리할게요. 우리 제품은 올리브영 제품이었습니다.
올리브영 플러스 유소나 예뻐져라 뷰티 방송. 홈쇼핑 아닙니다. 첫 뷰티 방송 시작하겠습니다. 달콤한 꽃에 겹겹이 둘러싸인 듯. 여러분, 이 모든 제품들을 올리브영에서 살 수 있습니다. 새로운 네일 아트로 사랑을 표현할게요. 감사합니다. 고맙습니다. 세상에.
미소가 생기다. 화사함이 생기다. 건강한 하루가 생기다. pH 8.0과 풍부한 미네랄로 핑크빛 생기가 생기다. 아이시스 8.0. 이제 모두 핑크하세요.
답답할 때 마셔봐요 트로피카나. 상큼상큼 과일 듬뿍 스파클링.
리얼 프루트를 스파클링으로.
과즙이 톡톡 쏜다. 트로피카나 스파클링.
스타일 상쾌하면 되는 거야. 상쾌함의 높이가 다르다. Stylish Sparkling Water 롯데 트레비.
봄꽃책에서 듣다. 있는 그대로 맑고 깨끗하게 피어나라고 겨울을 이겨낸 봄꽃이 내게 말했다. 맑고 깨끗한 칠성사이다.
2016 Hot 6 GSL Season 2 Code S.
We're back for the GSL Code S, our final match of the night to decide our second place player to make it out of Group C. It's going to be Losira versus Beyond, the rematch.
Yep, the rematch. Losira looking very convincing in his first game against Beyond. Can Beyond adapt to Losira's playstyle and take victory?
So Beyond was feeling the heat after his games against Seed, even though it was a relatively easy series, or so it looked that way when we were watching it. And then he immediately had to go into the makeup room, decide the maps that they were going to pick and ban, and then go out here and play again against a player that he got 0-2'd before.
And spoiler alert, we're not going to be seeing the stock standard ladder map series today, in this matchup rather. First game will be on Frozen Temple, second game will be on Frost, and if needed, we'll be going to Rakshir.
Rakshir for set number 3. Will we see it? Not sure. Losira this time he decides he wants to ban King Sejong Station, even after he first picked it last time around.
Yeah, I'm really curious to know what the mindset is behind it, even though he did win quite comfortably in King Sejong Station. Maybe it's just a coaching decision, thinking that going on Rakshir would be a better choice than going on King Sejong Station.
Yeah, an interesting choice, and we're finally going to get to see Frozen Temple here as well. We haven't played this map just yet tonight. Map that's been played a bunch over at Pro League in SSL. It's a nice map. I like it.
Yeah,
makes for a lot of fun PvPs.
Yeah, it's a very solid standard map. Lots of options to do on it.
Of course, the Hot 6 GSL Code S. You were thinking about getting one before?
Oh, I already drank mine.
Yeah, you already drank.
You can see it in me.
Yeah.
I'm so hyped. So hyped for this
He's
last
hopping
game.
up and down.
Yeah.
He's twitching before getting into these games. Losira versus Beyond, the rematch. The TVZ here down at the GSL. Round of 32. Group C, the final match. Gonna begin on Frozen Temple.
Spawning here at the top left, Blue Zerg.
KT Rolster, Losira.
Oh, that one fan.
KT's got the best fan group.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Best fangirls.
Gives us gifts.
Passionate.
Spawning here at the bottom right, Teamless in the red Terran.
Beyond.
You guys got 2 packs of donuts, right, on Sunday?
Yeah, we actually did. It was Zest's birthday and Innovation's birthday. But the one we got donuts for was Zest.
Yeah, you
so
didn't
that was the
get anything from
KT
SKT.
fan group. Yeah, we did get other stuff from the SKT fans, of course. But we actually got 12 donuts between me and Wolf. How are we going to eat all those donuts?
Did you find anyone to take them off you?
Yeah, actually, Rapid. Well, we ate I think I had 2, Wolf had 1, and then we handed some out to some other friends, and then Rapid took 6 home with him.
He needs all the food
He said he likes stale donuts, so I don't know. For you guys who are unaware, Rapid is one of the League of Legends casters over at SPO nowadays.
Yeah, he loves to come down to the studio every time Pro League's on because he lives pretty close by and doesn't really have much to his life at the moment. So
well, I mean, he just relocated, you know.
Actually, 3 barracks here from Beyond. Going to be seeing that heavy Reaper play.
3 racks Reaper, everybody's favorite build, especially Zerg's.
Yeah, and once Losira sniffs this out, I'm really curious to see how he's going to react to it.
And this is a nice build to do on this map just because the rest distances are very long for the Overlords. To get all the way over to the base of the Terran generally takes a very long time. You see actually the angle though that Losira took is meant to stop any kind of run-bys towards the lower side instead of just units that go through the middle. And he is going to miss that first Reaper at least.
Yeah, and see Losira actually sending out his first 2 Zerglings to that expansion at the 3rd. And the thing is, Losira's not going to see anything. He's just going to see, okay, he sees 1 Reaper. I wonder if he saw the other one that came out.
Just sees no expand. And It's not like he 100% knows something's going on, but he may be able to sniff this out just a bit. You see him making a lot of Lings now. Ling trying to peek up here. Oh, and then
the spy defense were down, and he sees everything.
He already knew. He was already making all those Lings, but this is just the nail in the coffin for his knowledge. Now the Reaper's actually going to get up into the main. That may be a bit of a mistake. Going to eat a lot of damage. Almost loses a Reaper there.
Yeah, Lucero's actually doing a very nice job defending from these. Hasn't lost any drones at all, and his Queen's doing their job, getting the creep spread as soon as possible because he needs. If you get a good surround on the Reapers when they're on creep, it's just such a good trade.
Yeah, and Beyond, I have to say, he's one of the best at controlling these Reapers. Just wait until he's forced to use the grenades.
Oh, nice
it's
grenade.
insanity. His grenading with the Reapers is so good. Let's see if he can get out of this one, though. Lots of Lings with speed.
Oh, he's stuck in the corner, though. He's going to lose all these Reapers.
That's going to be it. Nice surround there from Losira. It looks like he hadn't grouped up enough Reapers to just bomb his way out of that and do enough damage to all of the Lings.
And even with that loss, he's going to take a third command center behind. This is a very ballsy move here from Beyond.
Yeah, and this is still a lot of Lings out on the map with speed here. Let's see if Losira can deny this. The CC, is he? Oh, no, it just barely finishes.
It's unfortunate there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because with the Lings, he could actually deny any SUVs coming down for a bit. And
yeah, because it's so risky to move down that SUV with that many Lings on the map, so unfortunately there for Lucero. And actually we see Roach Warren come out from Lucero, so maybe we might see a Roach Ravager all in, especially given the fact that Lucero hasn't taken a third yet.
Could be, you know, just extend that creep out as much as possible, saturate your two bases, begin to, you know, make those overlords. And the scan does see the Roach Warren here. Baneling Nest as well, going to go down in the face of the scan.
Oh, actually cancels it, so completely fooling Beyond here.
He's like, no, I'm just going to transition. I just want to play safe, right? No, looks like this is probably going to be some sort of all-in. Although he is going for the Carapace here.
Yeah, well, having that Carapace just adds a bit more oomph to those Roaches from the Marines and the Reapers. Actually, no, okay, we're going to see Lucero take that third finally.
No, just going to make some... Just 3-4 Roaches now on the defense.
Well, the Roaches are very good against Reapers because Reapers, they shine when they're against those light units like those Zerglings and drones, but against Roaches is not really a fight you want to take.
Yeah, you can grenade them, you can poke. You really need to keep your Roaches together. Generally, you don't want to fight with... Yeah, you don't want to fight 1 or 2 Roaches alone because the Reapers in high numbers still can do a decent job against that.
It looks like even though he sees those Roaches, he just wants to keep hitting onto this third base. That being said, he is aware that the third base is down from Lucero. And it doesn't really matter though. He does have his third orbital command completely done. And once he's ready to drop that orbital command, he's be able to catch up economy-wise.
Yeah, so Lucero just trying to drone up that third base at the moment. Not going to go for any all-in shenanigans or any kind of super pressure here. He gets that lair up, just about to finish here.
Yep. And Bjorn's doing a very good job with these Reapers. He's not just sitting them there at his main choke, just waiting for something to happen. He's being very proactive with them, stopping any Zerglings, harassing whenever he can. He's getting the most out of them.
Yeah, you see continuous attempted scouts from Lucero that get denied over and over by Beyond.
And Reapers are very great at stopping creep tumors, as you just saw there. And even if he doesn't, if the scan expires, he can just cast those mines onto the creep tumor and kill it.
Yeah, he's probably going to come in here and do exactly that. There's the one.
There we go.
Blows it up.
Yep, very nice move there from Beyond.
And look at what Lucero's going for. He's got this infestation pit about to finish up, and it looks like this should be the 3-base hive play. You know, get some infestors for that protection, just for safety to hold off this mid-game push, and then transition.
Yeah, this is something that Dark likes to do a lot. Get that really early Roach Rowan, get maybe 2 or 3 Ravagers to help with defense, and then try and transition to those quick infestors, and try and secure that 4th base while getting Ultralisk out.
You can see with the Ravagers and the Roaches here, trying to land those Corrosive Biles. Still a lot of bio coming in here.
Oh, Lucero's actually supply blocked here.
Yeah, just a bit. Some Overlords finishing up now.
Oh, nice mine there. Gets Queen. And Beyond's relentless with his attack.
He's pushing in, man. He's really confident. Maybe pushed a little bit too far in, as you know, he didn't have that huge amount of Marines, not enough to break that ramp.
I'm not sure if Beyond's actually aware that Lucira is rushing for the Hive. If he knows that he's rushing for the Hive, he can just try and run over him before the Hive tech is up, and those Infestors get enough energy for the fungal growths.
Lucira held that attack off so well that he's even taking a 4th base. He delayed the Hive for a while to get more and more units out. That was kind of the safe part of his build. Gonna be forced to cancel the 4th base. Beyond does scout it, but this is going to be pushed back entirely.
Yeah, and the Infestors are out, so Beyond has to tread carefully, as one fungal growth could change the course of the game.
Finally, we got some Tankovacs out here, looking to push with this. Down the middle, actually, the rest of his army, that small drop is up at the top. See if he wants to do two-pronged harass, or perhaps group up here for a strong push towards the front, or maybe at that 4th base once again.
Yeah, and unlike the first series where we saw Lucira just have his way with Crease Grade, Beyond is doing a much better job denying the Crease Grade of Lucira. If this was like the first game, we would have seen that Crease Grade probably 2/3 of the way into the base, but it's barely gone past. And there's Fungal Growth at the drop from Beyond.
Really nice burrow there to actually save all of the Infestors. At the same time, though, going to stim in at the frontier, at this 3rd base, take out a bunch of those Queens, is going to be forced back after all. Takes a decent trade.
Yeah, as long as he's got those Queens, he could easily just pick up, move back, and recompile his army. As Beyond's actually... Oh, nice Fungal Growth there, and Corrosive Buzz as well. The money combo from Lucira takes out those 2 medevacs.
And you could see that +2 armor really doing work for Lucira here. The Marines are not nearly as effective as they would have been against these Roaches and Ravagers. This is one of the strongest pushes we've seen so far from Beyond. Where are the Infestors? Where are the Fungals? He's not even going to rely on them. Just using the Corrosive Piles, and this may be enough from Lucira to hold this off.
Yeah, but the Siege Tanks are deployed here at the bottom of the ramp, doing a lot of damage to both these Ravagers and Roaches. Got to remember as well, those Siege Tanks do extra damage to the armored units of Lucira.
Really nice fungal here onto the medevacs, but the tanks in the back are just so safe. Not so much bio, though, in the front to protect them.
Yeah, Beyond's just trying to do as much as he can with these tanks. He doesn't have the Marines to buffer from the Roaches and Ravagers, so he's just relying on these tanks to do damage, and he just picks up when he feels so. But here comes a reinforcement.
Reinforcements coming in. Is it enough, though? So much circuit here in the fungal! He gets a couple, 3 actually, of those medevacs, so no longer is Beyond going to be able to harass as effectively in this game.
And even though the Ultralisk Cavern is up for Lucira, he's so flustered trying to defend from this attack of Beyond, is not able to get Ultralisk out of his zone to help defend.
And this may be the moment. Beyond trying to micro 5 tanks with 1 medevac. I don't think it's going to be enough. He's doing a really good job of it, though. He's trying his hardest. He saves one of those tanks.
And he's going to pick off these Queens as well, and if there's no Queens for Lucira, he won't be able to inject those hatcheries, which means less lava for Lucira to work with.
He needs more Corrosive Piles onto the Liberators. He can't let them get free pot shots here. Does snipe one of them with the Corrosive Piles. The other one getting worked on by a Queen does go down.
I mean, Beyond's tank control with the Medivacs has been beyond sublime this game.
It really has been, but the last Medevac goes down, and that's going to be the last of the micro. 2 more Medevacs come out, but no more tanks to micro here.
And here come the Ultralisk as well, and +3/+3 only has just started for Beyond, and with the +2 armor upgrade from those Ultralisks, it's going to be very hard for Beyond to deal with them without the Liberator count.
It really is just going to be. Look at this. So cheeky. Even he uses the creep and the burrow here to deny that 4th base for as long as possible.
And in the midst of this, the 4th base of Lucira has been running quite smoothly, and without any damage done to that 4th base, Lucira here, he can just get those Ultralisks out and take control of the game.
Yeah, where's the answer for Beyond against these Ultralisks?
Yeah,
he's not even making that many Liberators, which is, you know, kind of just it's not even an amazing answer against the Ultralisks.
There you go. Oh, missed the fungal. Quite unfortunate there from Lucira.
Nice juking and jiving by Beyond.
Yeah, Lucira's so confident as they're even taking a 5th base behind this. And these Infestors are doing a lot. They're doing their hard work for Lucira. Fourth base is up for Beyond though, so if he can secure that, he'll have enough income to get those Liberators out, get those high-tech units out, such as the Ghosts, and try and stay in this game. Nidus Network.
This is a very big map, you know. You could really abuse the Terran if they're out of the map at all and you get a Nidus into their main. What are they going to do? They have to rely on reinforcements unless they want to boost all the way back. Look at where Beyond is now. How is he going to get back into his main, to his production?
And Lucera is actually moving forward with these Infestors. Beyond knows the threat of those Infestors. If he gets one Fungal off onto those Medivacs, it could be all over Red Rover for Beyond.
Look at this. He's just going to use the Changeling. Make it as least noticeable as possible.
Oh, that being said, though, here comes the counterattack here from Beyond with the drops. 3 Medivacs, a nice bunch of Marine and Marauders as well. If he snipes this hatchery, it's going to be huge for Beyond. But
here's the Nidus. The Nidus coming in, and he's prepared. He's not going to bring all of his units over there. He's going to defend, actually, with a bunch of Ultras.
And Beyond's not aware of this, and here comes the units coming out in Nidus Worm.
Not so many units in here, in fact, but it's enough to get a response out of Beyond. He's going to load up the rest of his units now.
Another Nidus Worm as well at the bottom left side of the map.
Interesting location.
And as he said, this map is so large, it's really hard to get from the bottom left to the top right side. So taking advantage of the Zerg technology, using the Nidus Worm to help him maneuver around the map. Really smart play here from Lucero.
He's going to burrow one Ultra, save that for later, saves the rest of his units.
And he's just going to hit the 6 o'clock base.
And look at this, Beyond is actually sticking around.
Ooh, it actually going to snipe his 12 o'clock.
Really nice drop there. He's going to double drop. This game is all of a sudden becoming very, very close. Nosira needs to take out this 4th base right now. He has no response to deal with this drop still. And he's going to get on top of this 4th base. It looks like eventually he's going to take it out.
Yeah.
But where will the army stand afterwards?
I mean, where is the entirety of Lucera's army? I swear he had more than what we see right now in the game. And Beyond's just doing an amazing job with this crack force troop, taking out that 4th base, taking back that prospective 5th base, and he's just running amok of Lucero.
Lucero doesn't have any mining anymore. Even maybe at the natural. This is about it.
But I don't think Beyond's mining too much as well. His main base is mined out, his expansion's about to mine out, and his 3rd base is going to mine out as well. So this is such a... Look at the income count for both players. It's so low.
Very, very low econ game that this has turned into. Beyond's got the higher army supply, but I feel like Lucera definitely has the stronger army with all of those Ultras. If Lucera fought head-on against Beyond, he would probably win the fight, but it's going to be up to Beyond to try to just out-multitask Lucera and try to drop all over the place and split his army apart.
And Lucera, knowing that this has gone to a very low economy game, he has got that Spire out because in this situation, Corruptors are amazing against those Medivac drops. That is a lot of units from Beyond, by the way.
Yeah, it really is. Lots of Marauders, too.
Yeah.
Gonna try to retake this location. By the way, very meticulous by Lucera to just go for the creep at the 4th base again, even after he killed it. Not many Zergs will be that attentive to the finer details, but Lucera is.
Yeah, Lucera trying to take that 5th base on the left side of the map, but Beyond's always on top of it, just going to shut it down. And such a cute move there from Lucera using the Burrow attack to just annoy Beyond, try and force out some scans. But in this situation, with how low economy this game has turned into, Beyond needs to use as many mules as possible.
That he does, and you see Lucera actually going for another base, but Beyond in position. He knows that he has to deny as many bases as possible from Lucera here, because if he gets his economy back up and running, he is going to be so far ahead of Beyond.
Yeah, and finally, Beyond gets these Liberators out, and they're going to help a boatload against these Ultralists. There's Infested Terrans as well. Tries to get the Fungal out, but not that great of a Fungal.
Yeah, Lucera almost trying to force the fight here, you know, but very nice positioning by Beyond to keep just a small group of 5 Marauders in the front, trying to snipe these heavy tech units.
The Fungal there as well, but it wasn't the money Fungal that Lucera was looking for.
Lucera's running out of stuff here.
He's running out of energy on those Fungals. You can only Fungal so much.
He needs to get on top of this army and get the money Fungals. Where are they? Trying to get in here. A Fungal goes down, but it's not money. And so many Marauders are left over.
That's the money Fungal that you're looking for, but these Marauders are so tanky that even with a Fungal and a Corrosive Bile, they still survive.
I think Beyond may just have too much stuff here. Another great fungal, but all the ultras are done. As you're saying, now it's just Infestor, Ravager. Lucero loses his 4th base again, and Beyond is pushing in.
Yeah, I mean, here comes more Ultralists. Couple Ultralists trying to take out the 4th base, but there's just too much here for Beyond. And I think Beyond's going to take this game.
Looks like Lucera can't hope to fight up against that army. The 2 Ultralists get responded to at the 4th base of Beyond and taken out. Lucera loses yet another base.
Yes, Beyond just marching forward here with these Marauders, with these Marines. Some nice fungals from Lucera, but it's too little too late. GG.
GG, Beyond taking game number 1. Looking a lot more solid in the matchup compared to his first couple of games he played against Lucera tonight.
Yeah, definitely the best game of today so far. Beyond taking that out. Really nice play with the tanks in the mid game. I think that was really impressive. Lucera using the Infestors for the fungals to try and hold off. Sure, it worked, but after he took his 4th base, he struggled trying to take that 5th base. And that Niners play in the main base of Beyond, it didn't do the critical damage that Lucera is looking for. Didn't take out all the production. I think he only took out like maybe 1 starport, and that's it. And when you invest that much into Niners one play, it's not really the thing that works out.
Yeah, when you're going for that kind of 3-base Ultralist fast hive style against a very good Terran, the timings are so thin. And you could tell Beyond was like, oh, I know what you're doing. I need to put on immense amount of pressure here in the mid game before you can get those ultras out. And we were talking about it. That was the moment where Beyond really just, shifted the game into his favor here.
Yeah, and that was Lucera's map choice as well. So unfortunately for Lucera, he has to play against Beyond. It is against Beyond on Frost. That being said,
here we are on camera again. Didn't realize we were going to get here.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the players needed to take a bathroom break. I saw someone sprinting
we're
by.
like darkness now.
Oh, wow.
We're like the Sith.
There we go. That was actually good.
Oh, man.
For just a second there.
We're looking behind us. I think Beyond had to run to the bathroom, so.
Looks like it, so.
Yeah.
We'll just wait here. Definitely the best game so far of the night.
I enjoyed casting in that game. That was a very fun, action-filled game that didn't really have any dull moments at all in it.
And this might be the one series that actually goes to 2-1 because we've had 4 2-0s so far.
This might break
straight, right?
This might break the curse of 2-0s every GSL game.
Could
have to wait and see.
Yeah, and Beyond, I mean, he really turned it on. Maybe when he first got into the booth, maybe he was feeling the nerves. He got hit by the Bailing Bomb too. That's got to really just mess with you and fry your brain. So looking a lot more solid there. Really, knew the timings, put on the pressure when he needed to. And it really worked out for him in that game.
And what was most impressive from Beyond is that we saw the multitasking that we're so accustomed to from Beyond. He managed to do those drops with the Medivacs and snipe those hatcheries. And I think that's a bit of Beyond's game that we didn't get to see in that first series against Lucera that we're seeing here in the final match.
Yep, really going back to the style that works for him. And we're going to go back to Frost now even. And Lucera was able to take this map the first time these guys played. But will he be able to do so this time around? This is Beyond's pick again up against Lucera.
Yep. And we saw in the previous game, Frost, Lucera with a convincing win. But let's get straight into this game. Group C final match. Lucera against Beyond here on Frost.
Up here in the top left in the blue, the Zerg player down a game. He is
KT Rolster, Lucera.
The crazy Lucera fangirl's gone.
They're still here, man. They're going to stay all night as long as this guy's playing. And down here in the bottom right, in the red, the Terran player.
Beyond.
We'll see if he can continue his success in the series. This time, these two players are at cross spawns.
Yeah, we're going to see a completely different match than what we saw in that first series, which was vertical spawns. We saw Beyond opting to go for, I guess you could say, his trademark quick stim with the 16 Marines, 2 Medivacs, to try and hit the timing, but Lucera completely shut it down with those Mass Queen Zergling play. I don't think it's that, with these positions given that we have on Frost against these two players, we're probably not going to, or we could see it, but it's not going to be as effective as it would be in different, like maybe horizontal, vertical spawns.
Let's see how much Lucera wants to commit to this. the speed, the pull first with the gas, and he's going to continue mining gas. This could just be like a one-base Baneling bust all in because he's not taking another expand. He's making only lings, and he's still mining gas. There we go, Baneling Nest on the way, and Losira, he said he wasn't confident in the matchup. This really denotes, you know, if you see something like this, it really, you can tell, right? He loses the first game in a really close game, and he's like, F it, I'm gonna cheese him. On Frost even. He's like going for this kind of crazy build.
Well, unfortunately for Losira, it is cross spawn, so those Zerglings are going to get to Beyond's base much slower than if it would be vertical or horizontal spawns. You also note that Beyond isn't actually going for the quick third command center like it did in that previous game, so much more safer build here from Beyond. He's actually getting the extra barracks as well, so everything's looking rosy for Beyond in terms of his defense.
Yeah, Beyond is definitely going to be happy with his map choice, or rather his build order choice, and he's going for the wrong place. He's not going to see these Banelings morphing, though.
Yeah, maybe I praise Beyond's reaction to this too prematurely, as he doesn't see the Banelings. He sends his Reaper to the wrong position, and this might be just it. This might be just it.
Look at that wall. It's so weak. He doesn't even need all those Banelings. Here we go. Up the ramp it goes. Right into the supply depots. Still got one Baneling left.
Yeah, but
where is the Ling follow-up?
The thing is, though, Beyond is supply blocked right now, so he's not going to be able to get those units out. Nice play here, though, with those SCVs. Cleans out the main base, but that command center is not done, and he needs that command center done so he gets some supply to work with.
Yeah, and that's why he's going down there right now. But look at this. It's such good control here from Beyond. There's not enough Banelings, and because they're at cross spawns, and apparently Losira forgot about a bunch of his Lings, he didn't have enough stuff. There was no follow-up. He broke the wall. And that was it.
And now that command center's up, he doesn't have to build any, or he has to build supply depots, but he gets him out of the red. He can just lift that up, turn that into an orbital command, and just start mining mules from his main base. Losira hasn't even taken his expansion yet. Everything's looking very good for Beyond.
I just looked back at his face and just saw his lower lip just pop out. He's like, oh, this sucks. Obviously, not the best feeling in the world when you go for a cheese and you miss rally into your main.
Yeah, it looks like Losira wants to continue doing this Baneling bust, but now we can see why he's not confident in this matchup. I don't know what the change is. He looked really good in that first series, but now it's just completely collapsed.
The pressure getting to him, perhaps, just not really going to work out here. This wall, it does have that one supply depot that is weak, and that is what he's going to go for here. Coming on through, but there's already a bunker. There's a Hellion. He could pull his SCVs. He doesn't even need to pull his SCVs. He just fights this straight up. He didn't even need the bunker.
Yep, and Beyond knows that he's won. He's talking to himself, like, yeah,
GG, that's it, Beyond. He's moving on in second place. He is so happy. You can see him there. Really hyped up to take that match in the 2-0 even after getting 0-2'd by the same player at the beginning of the day.
Yeah, Beyond, no surprises. He's one of the more emotional players here in Korea in the StarCraft 2 scene. And honestly, after that first series, I thought he didn't have it in him to make up for it in the final match, but all congratulations to him. He beats Losira 2-0 quite convincingly, actually, and as a result, makes it to the round of 16.
So many chills seeing this guy. You have to remember, he's not on a team. He doesn't play in Pro League. He did really well in the SSL, and he was so stoked to win there as well. But then coming over here, it wasn't looking good after the first two games against Losira, but now he's made it into both round of 16s of both Premier Leagues in Korea. That is so hard to do when you're not on a team.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, if there's a season for Beyond to make it to the round of 4, even finals, it's these two seasons of the SSL and GSL respectively.
I know this guy's got a ton of fans. Guys, we're going to go into the interview now with our second place player. It is Beyond. Congratulations. Even Gary getting on the hype train, big smiles all around. How do you feel? You ran over here. Looks very excited. Today is my happiest day as a pro gamer ever. I defeated Seed and Losira.
그 두 선수한테 4강에
I advanced to the semifinals
그래서
twice to the GSL, and I lost respectively to Seed and Losira in both of those semifinals.
변현우 선수의 복수가 성공하느냐? 저희는
So he finally got his revenge today against both of those players in the same day.
복수하는 데도 성공을 했습니다. 특히 마지막 이 최종전 2세트 상대가 다시 한번 회심의 맹독충을 준비를 했었어요.
네, 아, 이게
In the last set, Losira went for the Baneling all in.
사랑했을 때도
How did you feel?
제가 마지막 경기에 똑같은 맹독충 러시아에 졌거든요. 이거에 뚫려서.
정말요?
네, 본진 맹독충 러시아에 져서 끝났는데
In the semifinals,
나가지고
he actually did the same build, and I lost to those Banelings.
네,
So
그
this
기쁨이
game
더 느껴지네요.
reminded me of those of that game, and so he reminded Losira that he's not the same player that he used to
천안에서
be.
올라오는데
네.
지고 갈 때는 지하철 2시간 타고 가는데
네.
어우 거의 지옥이에요. 갈 때는 진짜.
네,
It takes me
정말
2 hours to come to the studio
자,
from my
오늘
house.
사실 변현우 선수를 제가
If I lost today, it was going to be a really sad road back on the subway, 2 hours to home, but now it's going to be a really happy road home.
좋았고, 그런데 다소 좀 손이 늦게 풀린 감이 있어요. 1경기 첫 경기와는 좀 다른 양상이잖아요.
You played better and better as the day went on, as you played more games.
네.
그러니까 저런 식으로 할 줄 몰랐거든요. 손이 늦게 풀린 것도 있는데
네.
잘하긴 했어요. 근데 황강호 선수가.
상대가 잘하긴 했어요.
I warmed up a little bit late today,
근데
네.
오늘 제가 이겼어요.
and Losira's strategy was a bit surprising to me in the first series that we played.
자, 그런데 첫
But after
경기에서
today, I am the winner, so I'm very satisfied.
버프를 좀 느끼기도 했을 것 같아요. 이번에 패치 이후에 치러진 경기였는데 그걸 또 체감하기도 하셨나요?
근데 연습 때 제가 좀 그 트리플을 좀 늦게 먹고
So
의료선
this
플레이를
is
더
the
좋아하는
match
편인데
after the patch with the
여왕이
buff
사거리가
dessert.
길어지다 보니까
네.
이게 잡힐 게 아닌데
Queens of longer range.
두들 맞고 막 그러더라고요.
네.
So I lost a few medevacs to the Queens.
오늘 경기는
I had a bit of a hard time adjusting to the new patch.
그때는 그냥 내가 못했어요.
네. 그렇죠. 제가 못했어요. 정말.
네, 다소 이 유리닝 체제에 오랜만에 흔들렸던 첫 경기와는 달리 최종전에는 멋진 승리자가
You lost to the
됐습니다.
mutilating
자,
Baneling
이렇게
strategy.
정말 오랜만에 16강에
And you were able to get your
코데스에도 정말 오랜만에
revenge in the final game, and now you're in the round of 16 after a long time.
조진영 씨 기대되네요. 어떠세요?
아, 조준영 씨 제가 조준영 씨 할
You're
때마다
looking forward to the
봤었는데
group selections.
그 가장 늦게 뽑히는 게 게이머들 사이에서 굉장한 영광이라고 생각하기 때문에
네.
연습 좀 더
I
열심히
personally
해서
think
가장
it's a
늦게
huge honor
뽑히고 싶어요.
if I get picked later on in the group selection. It means the other players are scared of me.
그쵸.
So that's one of my goals, to get selected later in the group selection.
실상은 첫 턴에 뽑히지 않을까. 네, 과연 어떤
But
조진영
if I had to guess, I would be picked in the first round.
만에 16강입니다.
So.
앞으로 변현우 선수의 활약 기대해보면서
It's been 4 years, 4 years since you've advanced to the round of 16.
영국으로 유학 가시는 분이 있거든요.
네.
제가 그
One of my fans is going to England to study tomorrow. So that's why I'm wearing this shirt for that fan.
좋겠고.
네.
오늘 경기가
I hope
너무
he
안
has a good
좋았는데
trip to England.
너무 방송 경기가 오랜만이라서 좀 더 열심히 연습해서
I didn't perform perfectly today.
좋은 경기력
Didn't play that well. I hope my fans were satisfied with my play style, and I hope to do better in the round of 16.
이렇게 팬에게도 다정한 모습이시고 또 다른 리그들을 보면 전 테란 선수만 좋아하시는 건 줄 알았는데 오늘 보니까 대기실에서 오랜만에 보는 안상원 선수에게도 애정 표현이 확실하시고 이렇게 반가움을 적극적으로 표현하시더라고요. 원래 성격이신가 봐요.
He says he's a very warm-hearted pro gamer. He always treats his fans very well. He's always very friendly to the other pro gamers. Everybody knows this about Beyond.
네.
안상원 선수를 제가
Losira, Seed, and me are all very good friends. We go way, way back.
황강호 선수랑은
That's why we talked a lot in the warm-up room.
무극도 한 사이인데
Me and Losira were on the same team in the Brood War
원래
days.
약간 낯선 사람이랑 친해지기 좀 어려워하는 편인데 친해지면 되게 잘 놀아요.
네, 애정 표현이
I kind of have a hard time being friends with strangers, but once I get to know the person, I get very close to them.
아, 마루가 제일 좋다. 네, 이렇게 밝혀주셨는데요. 자, 변현우 선수.
But my favorite player is still Maru.
또 실력도 더 좋아져서 나타나시길 저희가 기다리고 있겠습니다. 자, 그럼 우리 다시 한번 축하드립니다.
감사합니다.
네. 자, 이렇게 오늘 C조의
So,
두
there
번째
you have it. That was
진출자
Beyond's
유쾌한
interview.
변현희 선수를
We are
만나봤는데요.
going to take a look
자,
at the
이렇게
match
오늘
results from today.
진출자들을 모두
Yeah,
만나봤습니다.
that
그럼
first
최종
game
정리
between Beyond and
해보겠습니다.
Lucero in that final series, probably the match of the day. If you were just to match for anyone out there that hasn't seen the games today, suggest that match.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. I mean, the other ones were very, very one-sided. I feel all 2-0s actually tonight.
Yeah, same as
not a single
Friday night.
2-1.
Yeah, I hope we get to see a 2-1 maybe on Friday.
Yeah, perhaps. Well, there we have it, guys. Classic gets out in first place, and Beyond gets out in second place.
That's what we expected, honestly.
Yep.
So, yeah, we're pretty happy with how that group turned out.
Yeah, no big surprises. Lucero was looking to make some waves here in the group. Didn't quite work out. Kind of falling apart there towards the later stages of the night. Of course, as the night goes on, you know, you get fatigued. You're playing a lot of matches. It's not easy.
Yeah, and Seed completely got outclassed in both the series. So, quite unfortunate there. But let's look at our next match. This is on Friday, Group D. We've got Tasia, Ragnarok, Maru, and Sue. And this could be the final time we ever get to see Tasia play StarCraft 2 on television.
And looking at this group, I think Tasia's actually got a pretty good chance to get out. I honestly feel like it's going to be Maru Tasia here. I mean, we haven't seen Ragnarok in a long, long time in Pro League. He had that run in SSL Season 1, but then really fell off after that. And Sue, he's doing pretty well at Pro League, but he doesn't come out all that often. And it doesn't look like he's nearly as solid as he used to be. So Tasia, I mean, he's got some good TVZ. Maybe he could pull it out there.
Yeah, knowing Tasia, his weakness has been TVP, but we just got to wait till Friday until we see how he performs with without the team practice.
And the obvious favorite in that group, of course, is Maru. Maru was, I think he finished like 15-2 in Pro League. That's just an insane ratio. So definitely the favorite in that one. Looking to move on. He's also one of those contenders that he really needs to win BlizzCon. I think Artosis actually wrote a great article.
He's hungry for this GSL victory because he is out of the SSL as well.
Yeah, if he wins GSL, then he'll have enough. He'll get that seed into BlizzCon.
Seed,
and that's what he's going for. So that's going to be really important for him, of course. But that's going to wrap it up for us, guys. It was a great cast. How did you feel GTR casting at the GSL?
I was nervous at first, but once I got into the games, I just got into my groove, and I feel like this was a very fun cast, a very fun day, even though the games were one-sided.
For sure, guys. So thank you once again for watching. We'll see you guys next time for more StarCraft.